Good morning, WestWay. I hope you are able to stay warm. I hope you have a nice warm place to be, and I hope after looking outside you don't have to get out today and that you can just cuddle up and watch your favorite TV show or whatever you enjoy doing. I want to read to you Daniel 10, verse 12. It says, "Then he said, 'Don't be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day you began to pray for understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your request has been heard in heaven. I have come in answer to your prayer.'" And so what this verse is telling us here in Daniel chapter 10 is that God hears us. God hears us when we pray, when we are crying out to God, when we are pouring our heart out to Him. He hears us, even if we don't think He's hearing us, because maybe He's not responding quick enough or He's not responding the way we want Him to respond. We can have faith and we can know that God hears us. Kind of reminds me of this story that I heard one time about this truck driver who in 1995, his name was Larry, and he was driving in the Blue Mountains in Oregon, and the weather was bad, kind of like it was today, and he wrecks his semi-truck, and there's no one is passing by. There's no one there to help him out. And so he has his CB, and he keeps calling out for help, and no one is responding to him, and he thinks he's just talking into a void of nothingness because there is no response. Little did Larry know that there was a farmer in this small farmhouse miles away who had his own little CB instrument, and he turned it on and he heard Larry calling out for help. He heard the cries of Larry, even though Larry didn't think anyone could hear him. And his machine was too weak to get back to send a response to Larry, but he was able to reach another trucker, and that trucker was able to get emergency help to Larry. And so, knowing now what we know in Daniel 10, verse 12, that God hears us when we pray, I want you to think about a time in your life where you felt like God wasn't listening, where God wasn't hearing you. And how does knowing that God hears you change your perspective now? Today, on this cold and snowy day, especially if you're inside all day, not being able to go out, I would love for you to join me in some prayer. And I would love for you just to spend some time pouring your heart out to God. But this time, pour it out knowing and trusting and having faith that God hears you. I'm praying for you, WestWay. I love you.